Hello, everyone. I'm Jana Eubank with Simple Stories. Welcome to Simple Stories Live and happy Friday. I hope you're having a fantastic March. I am super excited about today's project. Today, we are going to be working with the brand new Full Bloom collection, which is starting to land in stores now. Depending on when your favorite store happened to order the new collections, it may be arriving in another week and a half, but some stores do have it now. Now, this is one of those projects that is so cute. I just love springtime because winter's kind of dull. We kind of actually here in Utah, we kind of jump back and forth between winter and spring. And so it's a lot of fun to get in the springtime mood with all the bright colors, the fun pastel colors. And this collection is perfect because it has both a mix of the pastel pinks and aquas and robin's egg, but it also has punches of orange and yellow and red. And so it's just happy and fun. And I'm so excited. This project is just something that I whipped together by one of my favorite things to do is to head to the dollar store and look for fun little treats. And because I know those are probably things that you could find wherever you live. And so this is what this project is based on today. But first, before we take a look at the collection and the project, I want to just say hi to a couple of you who are out there. I see that we have Penny Blaylock. Hi, Penny. So glad to have you here. You're watching from Washington. I see Jen McMurtry. Hi, Jen. Great to see you. I see Tamra. Awesome. And then we have Becky Adams. Becky, I see your name. We've been joking about that. And then we have Embellish Away joining us. Thank you, everyone. It's so great to have you. So let's go ahead and look at this fun collection that we're going to be playing with today, as well as the project. So this project is a flower pot of some little gummy worms that are tucked in there. We've got a cute little wrap around it, and then I've used a striped straw just tucked in there, and then we made a cute topper for it. Now, to go along with it, we have this really fun card. This is actually like a pocket folder card, and I'll open that and show you what's inside in just a minute. And it's tied closed with some baker's twine, and I'll show you the surprise that's inside with that. But first, let's flip through this collection. Again, this is the Full Bloom collection. Look at the beautiful blushes. You've got the white, the soft mint, but you also have the robin's egg. I love this dusty teal color, the red. Let's just flip through the papers so you can see all of them. Let me move it up so you can see the bottom. Look at that cute notebook paper with the flower border along the bottom. I love this because, like with the rainbows, that would be perfect for St. Patrick's Day. It's perfect for Easter. I just think of the kids wanting to get outside and go play on the playgrounds. You know, those first days of spring where the tulips start poking out of the ground and the daffodils, and you start hearing the birds. And then pretty soon the bees are buzzing from the flower to flower. So this is what this springtime collection reminds me of. It's just encapsulates everything I love about spring, and it'd be perfect for Easter. Even though there's no bunnies in here, it's got that fun vibe in it. Look at the ladybugs, the flowers, the gardening tools. I mean, who doesn't want to get out and start getting their fingers dirty in the ground, right? And start pulling the weeds and getting all the flower beds ready to have those flowers join us. So here's a quick look at the papers. We've got, we're not going to be using the sticker book today, I don't think, but it's super cute. We will be using the 6x8 paper pad. So just a flip through of some of those papers. And then lots of fun goodies that we're going to be playing with. So we will be using a little bit of the enamel dots. I will be using the bits and pieces, the journal bits, and the floral bits. Look, you got 3 packs full of all kinds of goodness. We're going to mix those together. Of course, there's more. There's the page pieces that I don't have pulled aside. We will be using the brads. Check out those cute puffy stickers. I just love the little ladybugs to accent things, the bicycles, the garden gloves. There's a really cute stamp set with this collection. And then I'm going to be pulling in some of my favorites, the foam stickers. Check out those beautiful floral letters. I love those. You've got them in all the colors with the robin's egg, red, yellow. And then on the back, there's a whole nother sheet with the orange blush and that darker teal, dusty teal. And then we've got, of course, the chipboard stickers. So let's dive in and start making this project. Hello, Amy. Hello, Kara. So good to see you. Hi, Yvonne. I see you as well. It's great to have you joining us. Okay, so let me show you this cute little card that we're going to be working with. And this is what we're going to start with today. I actually have a download for this that I will be posting later. I need to add some measurements to it. Whoops, I almost popped off my little embellishments there when the string caught hold of it. So I'm removing that baker's twine that I've wrapped around it. There's a look at the front of it. We just layered a bunch of items on there, and we'll be doing that together today. But this is like a little miniature pocket folder, and inside we have some garden seeds. So along with this fun little, gummy worm gift, and the gummy worms match this collection perfectly, you can include some of your favorite seeds to give to your friend. And then I've got one of the journal element cards tucked in there that you could write your note on. So super fun gift for someone, and I'm excited to create this with you today. So we are going to start off. I'm going to pull these out so you can see a closer look at this folder. Now this one I didn't, the template will actually be a little better right here. That one I just kind of was in a hurry. But anyway, this little folder is super fun to use two-sided paper with. So we're going to use this paper that has the cross-hatched robin's egg pattern, because look how cute the rainbows look inside. So the first thing we're going to do is that we are going to cut a piece of paper that's 8.5 by 9.5. And I will show you our template. So let me pull that paper out. We'll set the rest of this aside to give us a nice clean work surface, and that way you can have a really good view of what I'm working on. And we will put these embellishments over to the side. And now we will start with our cut, which is at 8.5 tall. So here's what the template looks like. It's going to look a little nicer when you come back to download it. To download this template, I'll say this right now. So those of you who are watching or watching on the replay, this will be in the, it's just going to be a PDF download, but it's to help you do all these notches. You're going to be able to lay this right on top of your paper and be able to see where to score. So I will add in measurements, where to score, and that kind of thing. But you can see it fits exactly on an 8.5 by 11 paper. So it's 8.5 wide, or I'm sorry, 8.5 tall, which is important to know because you want to make sure your pattern's going the correct way. And then it's 9.5 wide. So let's go ahead and make that 8.5 inch tall cut. Hi, Kathy. Yes, this collection is shipping. So it's actually shipping right now, and half of the orders are out. I think they might be finishing up next week. So we ship the orders in the order that they were placed. So depending on when your store placed their order, that would mean that would depend on when they get their shipment. But some stores do have it. So yes, it is shipping now. And so we are starting with our new collections. Hi, Smiley Cindy from Quebec. It's so good to see you. Donna, yes, this would make a cute teacher gift. I think this would be fun for anyone, really. So this is going to be a lot of fun. Hi, Kelly. So glad you're here. And yes, Kara, time for spring. Hi, Amy. Good to see you too. Okay, so now that we have our 8.5 inch high, let's cut it to 9.5 inches wide. And I'm just going to set my scraps aside so they are not making our work surface busy. I'm going to kind of zoom in a little bit so you can get a better look. We'll try and get as close as possible. Okay, so let's bring out our scoring tool. And I'm going to show you our diagram, which will have measurements on it later. But we are going to score the top at 1/2 inch, and then the two sides at 1/2 inch. So that's the first thing we're going to do. So I'll place this in my tool, and I'm just going to come in 1/2 inch from the left. So we'll make that score. Then we're going to come in 1/2 inch from the right. So since it's 9.5 inches wide, we're going to score it at 9. We also want to score it along the top. So I'm going to turn it to the top and score it at 1/2 inch down from the top. If you want, you can cut off that top piece or these side little flaps. That's actually what we're making, are these side flaps. You'll want the bottom one because that is what holds the little pocket closed. But if you just want it to be straight, I wanted some extra strength on the edges. I just think it will help it, if they end up using this to hold receipts in their purse or whatever they end up using it for. I just wanted it to have a little bit more strength around the edges. So that is why we are scoring the edges. Okay, so once we've done the two sides at 1/2 inch and the top at 1/2 inch, we need to score it directly in the middle, which half of 9.5 is 4 3/4. So let's go 4 3/4, just like that. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to score down from the top, and we're going to make this line right here. This is at 6 1/8 from the open flap. So we'll come to we'll put the top on the left side, and we're going to find our 6 1/8 mark. The 1/8 is just the little line past the 6-inch mark, and we're going to score there. So now that we have all our scoring done, we can actually put this tool away, and we're going to use our template to draw the cut marks around the outside. So this is what the template will look like when you print it out. I will add the measurements in, like I said, but you'll just want to cut around it, and then that way you can place it right on top of your project and do the marks. Now, one thing I will note on the top is that if you want, and I failed to do this when I did it before, see how I have a little gap right there? I designed this so that those two corners would meet. So when I made this first one, I didn't place this template in the exact right place. So it needs to be moved up just a little bit so that this angle will hit those two, the cross mark of where those two score lines are, if that makes sense. So I'm just trying to teach, help you learn from my initial mistake. So hi, Andrea, she's watching on mute. Hi, Aida. Hi, Kathy. Oh, I did say hi to you. So hello, Andrea must be at work. So that must be why she's watching on mute, which I totally get. Maybe, I'm not sure. I know on replay that sometimes you can see what is it? The closed captioning. I'm not sure if it shows it while it's live, but I do know you can have the closed caption while you are rewatching. So we're just going to trace around this and do our little cut marks. And actually, I need to move that one down a little bit. I think you just have to kind of move it to match the score marks. So I may have to fine tune this a little bit. But as you work with it, just be aware of where your score marks are. And it's easier to do it this way than to try and tell you measurements. So I know the top lines were off a little bit, but I think I need to move it down to do the rest of the lines. So, because that did not match up. So let's try this again. And this is good that I'm doing this because this will help me hopefully to fine tune it for you when I put it up for download later. So let's do these bottom marks, and I will explain why we have all these cutaways in a bit. That should match better. Yes, yes, much better. Okay, so let's get our scissors out. And I don't even need to erase these because I'm going to be cutting right inside the line so that I don't have to erase them. How are you guys doing? Hello, Anna or Anna. Not sure how you pronounce yours. I know people pronounce it differently. If it's Anna or Anna, welcome. We're glad to have you hopping on today. You guys getting ready for a fun weekend? I know some places still have a lot of cold weather, but maybe some of you are going to get outside and start doing a little gardening. I don't know. I'm going to be scrapbooking. I actually forgot to draw one of the lines on top, so I got to grab my template again. So let me do that really quickly while I'm thinking about it. So there's this little tiny notch at the top, and so I need to add that in. Okay, there we go. Okay, and I actually might just eyeball that one and then erase a little bit. So just keep an eye on it. It's really hard when your template doesn't print out. You know, I was trying to make it fit on an 8.5 by 11 page, but it will end up being an A2 sized little pocket folder, so it will fit in an A2 sized envelope. And A2 is 5 1/4 by, I'm sorry, 5 1/2 by 4 1/4. So it will fit inside an envelope if you want it to go inside an envelope. which I think is pretty awesome. So it was pretty tricky to get that to fit on 8.5 by 11. So please just be a little forgiving with my template and just know that I did my best. Okay, so there we go. Oh, Donna is having snow in Colorado. Oh my goodness. I can't believe that. I'm in Utah. And well, it actually looks pretty gray. I'm looking out the window right now. So maybe we are going to get some weather and I just haven't paid attention to the weather report. All right. So I'm going to flatten down all of my scores. I did push a little hard right here on mine. So you can see where I broke the paper through. If I was doing this, to give away, I would fix that right now and get a new sheet, or just not push as hard when I'm making one. So anyway, just beware of that. Oh, look, my corners matched much better this time. Yay. I love when that happens. Okay, so let's keep folding these in. We're just going to crease them nice. And I will actually ink. If you do break through your paper like I did, how I'm going to fix that is I'm just going to ink it up so the recipient won't notice. Okay, so how we're going to put this together is first let's do our two little pockets. Okay, so our pockets are going to fold up. We're going to leave this side open and this side open. So these two inside slants we're going to leave open, but we're going to fold over. Maybe I need to zoom in a bit more. Hopefully I won't knock over my camera. We're going to glue this on the front of the pocket to hold that closed. Okay, so let's go ahead and add a little bit of glue to that. And we will keep rocking and rolling. Kara says it's supposed to snow again in North Dakota. Oh my gosh, she's not excited. I know, you kind of like, snow's beautiful. I love it. And we need, like, especially here in Utah, we need the snow. Like, if we don't get the snow, we have a drought. So we like lots of snow. And actually this year, it's been pretty sparse. So if we don't get enough snow, that means we don't get to water our lawns in the summertime. So I hope it's like a two-edged thing. You want the snow. It's beautiful. It's fun to ski on. It's fun to snowboard on. But then there's just this time where I think March, you're just ready for it to be done. You're just ready to move on and have the sunshine for sure. Okay, so now that I've closed up my two little pockets, I'm going to fold in the rest of these edges to just give the edge some strength. The reason I did the little slit right here at the top is just so it was to take away some of the bulk of the paper so that it wouldn't rub against that fold when you fold the card. So let's go ahead and glue these flaps. Now on my sample one, where I didn't get these two edges together perfectly, how I solved that is I just rounded the corner and made it look intentional, So you can do that if you'd like. If yours isn't exactly even when you go to do yours, you can round it or you can leave it straight. And I'll leave this one straight since I managed to accomplish that nice straight miter right there on the top corners. Yay, which was I intended all along. I actually designed this little thing this morning because it was in my brain all night long. I'm like, I want to make a little miniature pocket folder. And I watched a few YouTube videos, but I couldn't find like a template. So I thought, you know what? I'm going to make one for these guys. So that's another reason why I don't have it exactly ready, is because it was one of those things that I thought of yesterday. Okay, so here's our cute little pocket folder. How fun is that? You can make several of these and make them into a mini book, something like that. But today we're going to use it for a greeting card and add our flower seeds to the inside. This would be really cute for winter as well. You could put hot cocoa in there. So I love this idea. I think there's a lot of uses for it. It could be fun to give stickers to a friend, a scrappy friend. I'm sure you guys have a million ideas running through your head too. Okay, so now that we have our little pocket folder done, let's go ahead. I am going to ink the edges of mine because I want to hide where I split the paper on the side. So I can still use this. So you don't have to ink it. I'm just doing that because I want to be able to use this one, even though I pushed too hard when I was scoring. So That's what we crafters do, right? When we make a mistake, we just roll with it and we cover it up and find a solution. Okay, so here are cute little rainbows on the inside. Let's start decorating the front. So I'm going to bring in my sample one that I made just so you can see what I'm doing. And the first paper we're going to get is this red dot. Now for the front of this, I'm going to be using the 6x8 paper pad instead of the 12x12 papers. And that's because I love the smaller scale for card making and smaller projects. It's also great for scrapbooking as well. So let's, in these packs, you get 2 of every sheet. So I'm going to hop in there and find that red one. And then I thought I wrote down the measurement, but I did not. So let me grab my ruler. And this front panel is going to be 3 3/4 wide by 5 1/8 tall. Okay. So 3 3/4 wide by 5 1/8. So 3 3/4 by 5 1/8. And again, the 1/8 mark is just the little line past the inch mark. Okay, so I love the pattern on this other side as well. So you can see how cute that is. So I'm actually going to be adding that towards the bottom. And you're going to need a 2 1/4 piece of that one. So I'll flip it over to this floral side. We'll need a 2 1/4 piece. And then again, it's 3 3/4, I believe. I've already forgotten. Yep, 3 3/4. Okay, so we'll just cut those 2 pieces while I'm here. And then we are, did I cut the wrong one? I cut the wrong one. Goodness. I am just space cadet today. All right, back to this one. You probably saw me do that. You're like, she grabbed the wrong one. She's not going to be happy in a minute. All right, so let's go ahead and ink up this edges. Now I'm just using a soft gray ink. I just like the shadowing it gives to it. I almost think of it like, you know, you don't have to. Some people like the really soft, bright, clean edges, and I like that too. But sometimes I just like to define my edges. Okay, so let me grab my adhesive. And I'm going to put this strip on the bottom of this red panel. I'm not going to adhere it quite yet because I am going to round the corners of this piece. So I'm going to get all my layers on there and then I will round the corners. So there's our first little piece. We've got the red dot background and the floral. Now I need a little bit of orange, and the piece that I need for that is a 1 inch piece. So 1 inch by 3 3/4. So I know I've got a scrap in here because I cut into the orange earlier. I just got to find it. There it is. So I don't even know if I need to extend that there. So I need a 1 inch strip. And this trimmer happens to have measurements on both sides, which I like. So I'm just pushing that over. And then we've got that little 1 inch. Okay, I'm going to keep my paper handy because we are going to use it again in just a minute. So this 1 inch by 3 3/4 strip is going to go across the top edge of that floral piece. So we'll just ink that up, see who's on. Marieke is, I'm sure I'm saying your name wrong. I apologize because she's watching from the Netherlands. 12 degrees. Oh my gosh. 12 degrees in the Netherlands. I hope that you are having some hot cocoa today. You're definitely not out gardening, that's for sure. And you can put hot cocoa in this cute little packet. Okay, so let's grab a corner rounder. Now that I have all my layers on, I'm able to round them all at the same time. So I'll just pop that in there and we'll quickly do the 4 corners. And then I will ink up those 4 corners again after I have punched those, just so it's consistent with the other edges. And then we should have our background ready to decorate, which is fun. Okay, now if you don't want your twine to wrap around over the top of your design, you could always add a ribbon underneath this panel and sandwich it in between so that you can just tie a bow here on the side. It's totally up to you. But I think that I like the twine. I think it's pretty fun. So I'm just going to keep it how I had it the first time. So I'll just add some tape runner around the 3 edges and then center that on the front. Aren't those patterns so cute? Love it. Okay, we're ready to start decorating. And I want to show you I did some little layers here. So this little blush piece back here is actually a 3x4 card from the 6x8 pad. So I'm going to cut that out while I have my 6x8 pad handy, and then we'll be able to start layering. So I will, inside of the 6x8 pad, there's designer sheets that will fit the 6x8 pocket pages of our snap albums. They're really fun. And then there's a couple of sheets of 3x4 cards that are different than the ones on our 3x4 element papers. And these ones in the 6x8 pad are geared towards card making, which is a lot of fun. They've got sentiments that will work for card making. But in this instance, I'm going to be using this blush card as a layer on my card. I'm just going to cover up the design, but I am going to use that solid blush color. Alternately, I could grab a piece of the blush color vibe cardstock and do that as well. But I'm just going to make use of this little card. Look how cute that high is. Oh my gosh, that would be so cute on a card. And then this is so cute. It's almost hard to cover it up, but look, it says smile even when it's raining. It's not cute. All right, such a fun collection. Okay, let's ink that up, and then we're going to start pulling out the elements to layer up for the front of our pocket folder greeting card. Hi, Linda. I'm glad you're here. Welcome. Okay, so this cute little library card comes from our journal bits. I love the journal bits. These are fantastic. I use them quite a few times today, and I'll show you where. These are great. I love these not only for journaling, but they are fantastic to use as bases for your clusters. So even if they have lines on them, you can see I used it on this one here. This one has lines on it, but I just put stuff right on top. And so it's a lot of fun to have all these different shapes. I know I'm going to be using the beehive later, so we'll pull that out. I'm actually going to be using one of these little plant stakes. So I'll pull one of those out while we go. Look, this set has even has some fun florals in here, cute little tags, little date and labels. These are really versatile. So if you've never given them a try, you know, sometimes we look at a pack like this and we're like, I don't know. It's just kind of journaling stuff. You know, I could just make one, but they're so cute. I just love them. So give them a try sometime. Treat yourself, you know. Sometimes when we shake things up, it makes our creative brains, try different things. And so I would just encourage you to do that because I think they're amazing. Okay, so we've got this little library card here, and I'm going to ink the edges of this, and this is going to serve as the base to our little project here. So I'm going to add this blush layer last because I do tilt it slightly. So I want to put my other items on top first, and then we will go ahead. So the 2 pieces that I need that are going to go on top we'll come back to this cloud in a minute. But I think all these are in the bits and pieces. We need the cloud, the birdhouse, and the bench. So I will go ahead and open that bits and pieces pack. I can see right there, I've got the cloud and the bench right on top. So now all I need to do is I'm sure I need other things too, but I'm just going to sift through and find that birdhouse for now, instead of making a chaotic mess on my desk. Okay, I did ink the edge of this cloud, so I'm going to go ahead and do that just to define it a little bit and just have that ready for me. Now, all 3 of these pieces that I'm putting, actually every layer that I put on this front, I use a thin foam tape. I like the thin foam tape because it adds dimension, but it doesn't add a ton of bulk. And so I can do multiple layers with thin foam tape and still have all that fun dimension. So the first thing I need to do is my little birdhouse here. So I will add some foam tape to the back. And then if you look at my one, I have it poking up off the top of that library card. That's just to break the straight lines of the layer and just give it some interest. So let's go ahead and put that one down. And then I have my bench piece, and that's going to go next. So I pre-cut some of this foam tape so that I could have it ready to go and make this a little quicker for you. Okay, let me set those up there. And we'll just work on this piece. So when I design, I tend to work from the front backwards. I like to get my cluster all ready, and then I hold it up to different papers and decide what I like best with it. So if you work from your layers forward, it looks, as we recreate it, I'm working on my layers forward. But first, when I was making this and designing it, I actually started here. And then I started layering things behind it. And then I went and picked out papers that went with it. So that's just my process. And it's a lot of fun. Okay, so now I'm going to add this. Actually, I'm going to wait on the cloud, but I will stick that on there. So I'm ready to layer this up with that blush card, but I want some foam tape on there as well, because I'm just a foam tape girl. Yes, I no one's asking, but yes, I do buy it in bulk. Just so I can have it ready and use as much as I want. Of course, if you like a lower profile project, you can keep yours all flat too. Okay, so now I've got my little cluster that I've made here, and then I'm going to add it to this card, but I'm going to tilt the blush card slightly just to give it some variety. And then I'm going to adhere this to the card. And I actually did that a little more than I want to. I went a little too tilt crazy, but you know what? I'm going to roll with it. I'm going to keep it, because if I try to tear it up, it's going to tear the paper. So let's just go with it, like we talked about before. Okay, so more foam tape. And we're going to add this to our card. Now, when I put this on the card, even though I have this tilted layer, I'm going to align this library card straight with the edge so that my bench is straight and my library card is straight. Okay. So now I'm going to come back in with my cloud, which breaks up this little section here. We've got the layers here, but this feels like a lot of I don't know, blank space. So we're just going to add a little cluster up there with this darling cloud piece from the Bits and Pieces pack. So I'm going to tuck that in there. And I didn't do the cloud before because I wanted to see how that landed on my background. Okay, there we go. So we have all our bits and pieces in there, and now we're ready to add our dimensional pieces. So for this one, I pulled in the foam stickers. I have a word down here, and then I used a foam bee, and then I have a foam ladybug down here. I also pulled in the brads, the decorative brads. Our brads don't have prongs. They're actually stickers, so they're super easy to use. So we have a brad here and a brad up here, a little mini one. And then I just added in one little tiny orange enamel dot. That was to repeat the orange that's happening at the bottom of the page. And then the red ladybug is actually the page, it's a card. The red ladybug is actually down here to repeat the red color of the red layer behind there. So there is a little bit of balance happening on purpose. Okay, so let's grab our foam stickers. These are so cute. I love how that black word just punches, has that nice contrast, I guess would be the word. It's looking gray outside. I bet we're going to get some weather happening. Okay, so I used this spring word right here down in the corner. And even though there's some layers kind of poking out, my foam sticker is actually going to cover that. So if you were concerned about seeing those, just cover it up. Okay, the next thing I need to the left of that spring is that sun brad. And that's right here in the top corner. It's I'm going to tuck that right there next to the spring. And then I need one of these adorable little ladybugs right there. Now, the brad has a bit of dimension to it. And so to support that underneath there, I'm going to add a thicker foam square just to bring it up to the level of that. And I already have, how do I already have one on there? Did I do that already? I'm not sure how I did that. That was magic. Okay. Oh, I pulled the one off. I pulled the one off my sample card. Hello. Oh my goodness, I'm losing it. Okay, I was like, that was seriously magic. Okay, I am losing it. Okay, so up at the top, we have our little bumblebee. So we're going to add him to the cloud. And I'm placing him along the bottom of the cloud as well as this, where this intersects. And again, that is just to break up the lines. When I'm designing, I kind of look for that and try to break things up. And then we'll add one of these little enamel brads that, again, that are stickers, and then, or decorative brads, and then we'll add in a little enamel dot. Oh my gosh, I'm laughing at myself how I pulled that off. Oh boy, I need a nap. Okay, that's hilarious. Okay, so there we go. We have our front of our pocket card, our A2 size pocket card already. We can add our little goodies inside, but we're actually going to decorate the flap on the inside. Okay, so let's open this up. And we need to get our little journal bit right here that looks like the plant stake. So let's grab that. And we're going to add that right here to the inside. And then to the plant stake, I added one of our phrase stickers from the collection kit. So let me grab the stickers. And where did I set all the papers? I know I moved them out of the way. There they are, under my scoreboard. Okay, that stuff starts happening when you're live and you're like, I'm losing it. Okay, so we have this little Hello Spring down here. And we're going to add some foam tape to the back of that just to pop that up off the that little plant stake. Isn't that cute? Okay, then we have the garden gloves. That actually comes from the sticker sheet right here. So nice and easy, just peel and stick. And then our final little guy right here is this snail. And he is in the bits and pieces pack. So I will try not to dump these, but I may need to if I can't see them right away. Yeah, I'm just gonna have to go through them, which is okay because then you'll get a chance to see all the cute stuff in here. So Mr. Snail Guy, there he is, and we're gonna pop him up with some foam tape. Of course, why wouldn't I use foam tape? All right, so he's going to go right here at the bottom of the plant stake and overlap the gloves a little bit. And then our final little detail is I just added another little decorative brad. This one says sunshine in yellow, and that's to repeat the yellow in the journal element card. We'll cut that journal element card out in just a second. So I'm going to set these bits and pieces aside and then bring back in the brads. And we'll add this sunny yellow enamel brad or decorative brad. I keep saying enamel brad. It's actually a decorative brad right there. Okay, so now we're ready to get our journal element card. We're going to pop up this sticker sentiment on there. That's just so you have a little place to write a note to a friend. So let's grab our journal elements. Our journal elements are a relatively new cut apart sheet for us. And they're super fun because all of them are 3 inches wide. So you just cut them in columns, but then there's a variety of sizes going throughout each column. I think this is really, really fun for mini albums because the different sizes add variety. Then sometimes you have a lot of things that are the same size, and we need to work with different sizes and things to fit in different spots on your layouts and cards. So they're a lot of fun because you get so many different sizes. So here's this B card in the second row. We'll cut that out. And then I will pop on that sentiment right to the top. And again, like I mentioned, that comes from the sticker sheet. And we'll just add some foam tape, you guessed it, to the back. Oh, thank you, Alexandra. Allie, I don't know if you go by Alexandra or Allie. You have both in your name, but thank you. Thank you, Carla. Thank you, Embellish Away. I'm glad you're enjoying it. Okay, so just a fun little detail. I want to ink that edge up just to match all my other inky edges. Just run across it real quick. And now I can add my flower seeds. So again, you could put stickers in here. You could put vegetable seeds. You could put hot cocoa packets. Just anything that's really, would fit in those little envelopes. So there's our little pocket card. It's an A2 sized card. We'll close that up. And then to close it up, I just used some baker's twine. I wrapped around it several times like this, and then I just tied it in a bow. So I love the contrast of that black and white baker's twine, and it's just going to be so much fun. Now we got to make our gift to go with it, and this goes pretty quickly, so I am excited. Now, this little clay pot, I mentioned before, I have a Dollar Tree by me, so they come 2 to a package. So if you have a Dollar Tree, this template will fit these, and this is how they come. They are shrunk wrapped and they're over by like the gardening supplies. And so I just thought, what a fun, cute way to package something for, look how cute on your Easter dinner table, right? Or just to make it to decorate like a shelf sitter, or maybe you have one of those, what are they called? The trays, the tiered trays. Like that would be cute on the tiered tray. So for the front, I have made a template. Again, this will be available to download. I'm going to have these available later just as PDFs. And so you'll just want to cut that out so you can trace this onto your paper. And the paper that I'm using is the 2x2 and 4x4 elements paper with this fun vine pattern, this floral vine pattern. So I'm going to trace it on the wrong side because I don't want to worry about, having to erase a bunch of stuff. So grabbing my pencil, and we're just going to trace that right on there. So watch for these templates later today. They will be popping up in the description of the YouTube video, and I'll put links in the YouTube video description as well as the Facebook Live description. I'll just edit it and add those in so that you can download these. Now there's a little tab right here to overlap so that you can close it. So I'm just going to, actually I'll score that just so I can know where to add my adhesive. Okay. All right, now I can just cut that out with scissors. Oh, thanks, Andrea. Okay, so Allie, tell me, do you go by Allie or Alexandra? I'm assuming Allie. That way when I see you on again, I won't call you Alexandra Allie. I will know. I always tell, I know, number one, I don't know how to pronounce everyone's names, and I feel terrible because I don't want to offend anyone. However, I have not a unique name, but not a lot of people are named Jana, and so people mispronounce my name all the time, and honestly, I don't care. It doesn't bother me, so I hope you don't care either. But, I just don't want to offend anyone. So I have to laugh. Like one time, so I worked at my dad's coffee store growing up, and we had our little name tags. And this is a funny story. To me, it's funny. Maybe not. I don't know. But, I'm like, my name is pretty simple. It's just Jana. And yes, you could say it Jana. You could say it Jana or Jana. And so I think this person was trying not to offend me because they asked me, how do you pronounce your name? And at the time, I was just young. So I was like, well, it's Jana. Like, I didn't realize that you could say it Jana or other ways. And so I was really baffled. Like, my name is so simple. Like, why are you asking me? I don't know. It cracked me up. Okay, so we're going to add some adhesive to the inside, because if we don't, it will just slip off of the pot because the pot goes down. So you need a little bit of adhesive to make it stay. And then we're just going to wrap that right around. And we're going to add some liquid adhesive to this one, so we can close up our tab. And that little template will just fit perfectly right around those dollar store pots. Thank you, Cindy. So Alexandra's saying, I don't care. A lot of people assume that it's Alex. Okay, maybe you would go by Alex. I didn't realize that, duh. Okay, yeah, you have all kinds of variations to your name. That's fun. You can do whatever you want, right? Okay, so there's our little pot, just nice and simple, just with the wrap on it. And then we're going to add our little gummy worms inside. So this is just a pack. I don't know if they're good. I'm not a gummy worm person, but they were at the dollar store and they were the colors of my project, so I went for it. So I just have a little bag here. And of course, I don't want to touch the food because I don't want the person receiving this to freak out, especially in this day and age. So I'm just going to cut off the top of that bag and just dump those treats right in there, so I'm not even touching them. Aren't those colors cute? Okay, and then I have an orange drinking straw. I picked this up at the craft store during Halloween. So whenever I see these drinking straws, I collect them because I like to have a bunch of different colors, because they are perfect for wands. They are perfect for this little project where we want to have a little stake inside the middle. So I don't know if you're going to be able to find orange ones right now, but hopefully you can find them at a party store, or you can find a different color that will work. So these bags come with these twist ties, which aren't cute, but I use them just to hold it close. And then after I get the ribbon on there, then I will take it off. So I don't know how long I want this. I'm just going to knot it. And then we can make our little decorative top piece that we can glue to this straw. All right, something I forgot to do, but that's okay, is I actually trimmed the bag. Let's see if I can do it even though it's on there. This is kind of awkward, but we'll just go around it. It's not going to look nice. I meant to trim it before I put the worms in there. Okay, there we go. So now that I've got my ribbon on there, I can take this twist tie off, and I will just tuck that right into my little flower pot. And now I am ready to make the top. Okay, so for the top, I die cut 2 circles from Color Vibe cardstock. Today I'm using the robin's egg and the tomato. Our Color Vibe cardstock has a soft felt texture to it. And one side is printed solid, and then the other side has tonal dots, which I super, super love. Look how pretty that is. So these 2, I just used a die in my stash, but I will tell you the measurements in case you would like to know that. The tomato one is 4 1/4. And the robin's egg one is 4 3/4. So again, I'm going to use foam tape to adhere these together. And I have the dot side out or showing on both. Sometimes I alternate it, solid on one, dot on the other, but for this one, I just love the dots so much. So I just went with dots on both layers. Okay, Oh, Becky Adams collects paper straws too. See, it's a crafting thing. Hey, maybe you have orange ones already because you are a crafter. All right, so here's my layered circles. And now we're going to build our cute little thing. And this is just of 3 die cuts and a couple stickers. It's so easy. So I'm using the beehive as the base. And now I'm going to pull in some of our floral bits. There's some floral pieces in the journal bits, but I went for these ones because of the colors and the shape. There's a whole bunch of different like shapes, L shapes, long and skinny ones. And so many varieties. Flowers are the best. I think they're so much fun to just tuck in all the empty spots on your project, and they just go on anything. So let me find the ones that I used earlier. I used, see this one that has a long skinny one. That would be cute down there. But I used one that had a big teal flower on it. And it's probably on the bottom because that's how it goes. Yep. So here's this one that I used, and it's kind of got a curve to it. And I liked that because I felt like it, could hug the corner. So I'm going to add that with foam tape. Surprise, surprise. Yes, the florals are a must-have. Yes, the hive is cute, isn't it? The bits are really fun. I'm glad you're going to give them a try. They just add it just shakes it up. You can always use a square, but why would you use a square when you got a cute beehive shape? Like, why not? It's so fun. Okay, so let's find the other piece I need are the white daisies. There they are. I see them right there. And this is probably the one place I did not use foam tape. Oh my gosh, I'm in trouble. So we're just going to have that peek out the top like that. And then this whole piece I'm going to add to the circles with foam tape. So let me grab that. We'll just put some right there in the center. And then we're just going to add that to our red circle. I'm looking at the orientation of the dots just so they're not ski-wampus and weird. And I think I'm going to move that over just a little. Okay. Now, the next thing I need is another foam sticker. And on this, I used this Be Happy one right here. This little small Be Happy. So that's going to go right there on the hive. Cute, cute, cute. Do you ever make a project and you're like pretty proud of it? Like you're like, I don't even think I want to give this away because it's so cute. That's how much I love this one today. I know that's weird. I know. Tell me you've been there. You're like, okay, whoever gets this is pretty special because I love it how it turned out. All right, so now that we have our circle all put together, we're going to add this to our straw. And I'm just going to use this liquid adhesive that dries really fast. And I'll just hold it in place on there for a second. And then something you can do to on the back of this so that you're covering your straw is you could actually die cut another teal straw. Teal circle, robin's egg circle, and sandwich that in between so you don't see the straw. You could put a couple of links of the matching washi tape. Looks really cute. Or just make it a two-side, stack the circles on there and decorate the back side. You could even write a note on the back. So the final detail on this is just I'm going to tie a bow right under that circle just to cap it off and give it the cute factor, and then we'll call it good. Does anyone have any questions? Again, all of these templates will be available later. This is the Full Bloom collection, which is shipping to stores now, if not already. So check your local store or your favorite online retailer and grab it because it is so fun, so cute. I'll be back again next week creating another project with it. We have a really cute page kit with it. So tell me what you'd like to see. We could put the page kit together. I actually have some other springtime ideas. I don't know if you like the variety or you want to see cards, you want to see tags. You know, I'm here every Friday and I'm here to inspire you. So let me know what you would like to see. So again, we have our little pocket. For anyone who joined us late, we have our little pocket folder card that has some flower seeds inside. We've tucked in a little journal element card that's going to hold our message to our recipient. We are going to tie that closed, and then we are giving that to someone with some sour gummy worms tucked in this cute little pot that is from the Dollar Tree. I will have a template for both the pocket folder and the wrap that goes around the flower pot. So I hope you enjoyed that. So fun to have you guys hanging out with me today. I'm going to take a look at some of the questions for a minute. I'll leave this on a large view in case you want to see it for a minute longer. And or if you have any questions about it, let me take a look at the comments. So Becky's off to the Dollar Tree to get some terracotta pots and some flower seeds. I know, right? And the gummy worms. Like seriously, for like under $5, you could end your collection. You could use and just have a blast with this. So this is going to be really fun. So we have someone asking for cards. I'm assuming you want cards, right? Marieke, if I say your name wrong, sorry. I'll call you Mary. How about that? I'm guessing that you meant to type cards, that you want to see cards. So yeah, we can make some cards. Deborah's loving this cute project. Thank you, Deborah. Oh yeah, there she goes. She says cards, I mean. All right, Cindy's off to Dollar Tree too. Don't forget your scrapbook store because you need the full bloom collection. I'm telling you, it's not going to be as cute if you don't have the full bloom collection. All right, Embellish Away is saying thank you. Let's see, Heather says, so cute, Jana, thanks for sharing. Oh, fun. Thanks, Shay. All right, Donna's asking that she would like to see another banner project. Awesome. So yeah, we made a banner project last fall with the card kit, which was really fun. We can definitely do that again. We could also make banners just freestyle from collections. So tell me what you'd like to see. Donna, do you want to see one with the card kit again? We don't have a card kit for Full Bloom, but we might be able to do one with another new collection that we have coming up. So I'll keep that in mind. And then, oh, good, Mary, thank you. I'm glad that's okay. And then Cindy has ordered the Full Bloom and it's on its way. I love it. That is fantastic. You guys, I hope you have a fun weekend, that you've got some fun things planned. I want to remind you that next week we have another live every Friday. We're going to hang out together at 2 p.m. I hope you'll come back and hang out with me. Again, if you don't catch us live, you can always come and watch on the replay. We have it both on our Facebook page, on the Simple Stories Facebook page, but we also live stream it to YouTube, and then it's available in both places. So on YouTube, our name is Simple Stories TV. And then on Facebook, it's Simple Stories. So to find the video on replay, like if it starts to get buried under blog posts and things like that, just go to the top and there's usually like a media button or a photos button. And if you click on that, you should be able to click on a video tab within the media tab and find all of our videos. So, but then again, it's really easy to find on YouTube as well. So thank you so much for joining me. It's so great to be with you. And thank you for watching. Thank you for your support and happy spring. I hope it warms up for you soon. Have a great weekend.